Hi guys, I'm Ksenia and it was a long time we haven't seen each other, but today I'm making the video for the topic a lot of you asked me to do, and it's related to my experience in Polimoda fashion school, but actually it won't be something about studying in Polimoda because I already made this kind of videos, you can check them. And it will be more about preparation to study. So if you, for example, are considering this school, I hope it will be useful for you. So I'm gonna give you some tips, like maybe very simple, maybe for someone quite evident, but these things are really important. And if someone told me something like this when I was about to go to school, I would be really happy. So let's start. I will start from the accommodation because for me it was the most difficult topic. I can say I was looking for the apartment for quite long, and I was ready to rent even not the whole apartment, even the room. Firstly, about the price. The price for apartment to rent will be about 800-900 euros. If I'm talking about city center, more or less. First of all, I want to tell you a very important thing, that you should choose the apartment close to Polimoda because it's much more convenient to commute just walking, and of course there is public transportation, but especially in touristic seasons, much easier to get there by walking, and it's always quite pleasant walk because you can see a lot of beautiful things around you. And as for the price, yeah, for the apartment it will be about 800-900. For the room it will be about 400-500 euros. And this is not, and this price doesn't include bills, so you should know that it will be about 50 for the room and minimum 100 for the apartment bills. There are different options to find the accommodation. The first one, and maybe the easiest for someone, is just to ask for help in Polimoda, because they can provide you some contacts of agencies who really help to find the apartment. I didn't check properly this option because I had quite a limited budget, so I couldn't afford myself to pay also for agency fee. But they really give some contacts, so I guess it will be quite easy, but you should be ready that you should pay at least for first month, minimum for the first month cost. It will be the agency fee. The second option, also I would find it quite easy to use Airbnb. So it's international service. The hosts are quite used to tourists, so most of them, they speak English very well, and it will be quite easy. It will be quite easy to find, especially if you don't have opportunity to come before to Florence and to check these conditions of your future accommodation. Airbnb would be really helpful in this way, but the cost is also quite high, so it will be about 900 euros for the apartment. But also you will have, for example, cleaning, so you shouldn't worry about it, and yeah, as I told already, it's quite convenient. The third option are some local websites. I found this option quite late when I already was living in Florence, so there are really nice local websites like Easy Stanza, it's like Easy Room, or subito.it. There are very popular websites, and you can find a lot of different apartments, and they are quite user-friendly, especially Easy Stanza. Yeah, but you should know that you should speak Italian to use these websites, because in English it's quite complicated. Not a lot of hosts, they really speak English, or at least you should know how to use Google Translator. And the price will be really less. The price will be better. And the last option, the last hint, about accommodation is that try to use couch surfing. If you don't know what is couch surfing, this is a website where travelers can host each other just for free. And I wasn't going to live in somewhere in someone's place for free, but I just posted like an announcement on my page that I need a room in Florence, and maybe someone from you guys has this kind of room for rent, or some of your friends has this option. So I just posted it, and all the people who live in this region, they see this announcement, and I got so many messages. Like, you cannot imagine, so many people, they really offered me to stay just for free, or I don't know, whatever. And but I found my accommodation really this way. So I found the host, and we agreed, we negotiated about the price, and it was really perfect. It was really, I couldn't imagine the better place to stay. Yeah, so I really recommend you to do like this. And one more point, you can also write like an announcement in Polimoda group in Facebook. I don't know if it's gonna be helpful or not, but you can try, why not? So you can just post that you need accommodation, maybe someone will give you some help. All the links for the websites I was talking about, I will leave below. As for location, so Polimoda is located in the city center. It's about 10 minutes from central train station. It's very convenient, and this is a kind of central area. So just for you to imagine, there is very big river in the city, and on the one bank of this river there is a kind of central part, and Polimoda is located right there. And on the other bank of river there is also very nice area, very close to city center, but much better. It's not so touristic. The prices are really lower. Prices for accommodation, prices for restaurants, bars and shops and so on. And there are really not so many tourists on the streets, and this is like a gift. Yeah, so I would recommend you to look for accommodation on the opposite river, or the opposite bank of the river. Another point about this process of studying. So if you are studying in the business department, like fashion brand management, or some seasonal courses, for example, or fashion merchandising, so these courses, they are held in the main building, so in this building I was talking about. But Polimoda also has two another buildings. One of them is located in completely another area. It's called Scandici, and if you will be studying in design department, you will have to commute there. So just be ready that it's from the main building. It's about 20-25 minutes by tram, but it's quite convenient to go there. I mean, the tram goes right there, but you just should be ready. And there is one more building. I haven't been there, honestly. It's called Manifattura Tabacchi, but it's also located in another area. So just for you to understand. The public transportation is quite okay. Honestly, I didn't use it so much, but the tram and the bus ticket, there is the same price, €1.50. So you can easily go somewhere. And one more thing, if you, I don't know, because of any reason decide to live somewhere not in the city center, there is also very nice area in suburbs. So there is very beautiful view on Tuscany hills, and there are a lot of apartments which are for rent with a good like summer terrace, and you can see sunset and the whole city from there. As for overall cost of living, I can say that in comparison to Russia, of course, it's quite expensive. And even in comparison to the rest of Italy, I don't consider here Venice or Milan, But other cities, in comparison to other cities, life in Florence is quite expensive. But in comparison to big European cities, it's okay. Also, if you're, for example, from US or from Canada, it will be quite cheap for you. Or I don't know, from Australia or Switzerland. Yeah. For example, for dinner in some nice but ordinary restaurants, so nothing special, you will spend about 25 euros, maybe 35 even, just for one course, wine and something else, and that's it. As for lunch, it's cheaper. And also about food, there's a lot of really classic Italian restaurants, but if you like some specific, I don't know, exotic food like Lebanese or I don't know, Russian, for example, I would recommend you to take some products which you are able to take with you, because yeah, of course you can order something online, something what you will be missing. But I would recommend you to take something with you. And also in the supermarkets, in the city center, there are a lot of supermarkets, but the variety of food is very, very, very small. So really, I couldn't find a lot of Italian products I like over there, because local central supermarkets, they are like this, they are tiny, and the variety of products is really, really, really tiny. Yeah, so you also should be ready to this. Yeah, of course you can go out of the city to some big shopping mall, to some big supermarket, but you won't do it like very often. And me, honestly, I never did it. But there are a lot of very, very nice bars, cafes, restaurants I found out just for myself, and I will post, I'm gonna make the list of them in my Instagram account, so if you are not following me, I would recommend you to start doing it, and I will post like a list of my favorite places where is really very delicious food, nice atmosphere, and the prices are not very high. And one more hint, there is very, very nice pizza place right next to Polimoda building, and pizza actually is the cheapest food you can find in Italy. So for example, we had lunch there quite often, and pizza cost about from €4 to 7-8 maybe, and this is like so big pizza, that big, like this maybe. Yeah, and this is very, very delicious. It's a kind of original Napolitana pizza. Yeah, so it's really very, very, very delicious. And there is also one more thing very popular in Italy in general and in Florence also, it's called aperitivo. When you go to some bar in the evening, and they provide you for fixed price. It can be from 4 to 7, 10 sometimes, it depends on the place. The drink, so you take one drink, and there is food, there is some variety of food, and it can be like canapé or sandwiches, and it also can be like a normal course, different kinds of. So this is very nice because you are taking one drink, but you can take as much food as you want. Yeah, during the whole evening. Usually it starts about 7 p.m. and this is really nice thing we used very often with my group mates. I want to tell a couple of words about the language. So if you are not Italian, don't worry, you will be understood, because Florence is very touristic city. So there are a lot of people there, especially in sphere of service, who really speak English quite well, so they can understand you, you can understand them, and really don't worry. When you are in the school in Polimoda, you actually don't feel it so much, because all the people there, they speak English, and even the professors, I had just 2 or 3 Italian professors, The rest of them were English, American, or some other nationalities. So English at school, it's something really ordinary. And as for another places, just in case you should have some translator, but don't be afraid, everything will be alright. There is one more thing, maybe quite stupid, but me personally, I was really thinking about it, I was worried about what kind of clothes should I take with me, because like it's a fashion school, would be a lot of so stylish people, and I want to look really good. And so if you, just in case, if you have some kind of these thoughts, don't worry, because like at school you can find people like so different. Most of them really just wear black color, and that's it. So black is a kind of corporate color in the school, so a lot of professors, they are wearing black, some of them like constantly only black, like one of my favorite teachers, Marco, so he was always in black. And but there are also some students, for example, who look very extravagant, very bright, and this is very cool, because everyone looks like creative, individual, and so don't worry about it, just be yourself and wear what you like. And the most important thing, that you should feel comfortable, especially sometimes you will have lectures from the very morning till 8 p.m. and you should really feel comfortable in your clothes. And the last one thing, the video is quite long. I didn't expect it will be so long. The last one thing, enjoy Florence, because Florence is really amazing from different points of view. From cultural, there are really a lot of museums, a lot of exhibitions are held there, some parks, gardens, so really explore it, enjoy, find some time for it, because it's really worth it. Yeah, and you can find also in my Instagram some list of places I visited and I liked and I would recommend. And one more thing is shopping. So shopping in Florence is quite good also. And for example, there is a very big outlet with luxury brands out of the city, but quite close. It's called the Mall. And there are a lot of local shops. And also, if you are interested in your studying in some craftsmanship, just go along the streets. In some very narrow street, you can find just like all of a sudden like a workshop with a man who is making shoes or bags, and this is really amazing. So yeah, I encourage you to walk, to explore the city, go out with your group mates, because this international mix you will have in your group. For me personally, it was the best. It was the best thing from all this experience. So many interesting people. So enjoy, and I hope all these tips you find them useful for you. And I wish all of you a really unforgettable experience, the one which will help you in your career, and the one you will be remembering for the whole your life.